Mm.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our monthly Into the Wilderness of the Authentic Path with myself, and Karine is interviewing me today. Hi, Karine, again.
Hi.
So for the ones who are new to the group, welcome. This is a monthly interview that's been happening since the beginning of the year. It's a new format. We're very excited and happy to offer this to the community. And it's really to share from our hearts, what the vision is, where we're going, and also expose personal stories and the wilderness of this authentic path. And I'll let Karine introduce the topic for today and allow her to take the lead for this conversation and asking questions.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And for the people who are listening, as you might know or might not know, we are during a summit where you're doing a summit. What was the intention between I'm looking for my words, behind that summit that you're doing right now for the next couple of days?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so really the intention when I created that summit, it was really a calling from my heart. And also it was at this shifting point in my life where I needed to fly with my own wings. And what had propelled me to fly with my own wings was really this calling of authenticity and getting myself out of structures and systems that were not aligned anymore with the next version of the authentic self that wanted to carry my life. So those naturally, life just pushed me out of those systems just because the calling was so strong to be authentic and to start appearing in the world with a message that was deep inside of me, that this new structure started being created that we call Awakening in the Authentic Woman You Are, and this summit that we call the Authentic Woman You Are. Because for me, it's super important to live authentically. It's something that awakens a lot of what I love calling compassionate rage, in the sense that when somebody is authentic, or when a woman is authentic, let's put it in context, but it's really when humans are authentic, they really have a lot more energy to share with the world. They come from that deep space of knowing themselves. They come from that profound being of infinite potential and infinite energy, access to infinite energy. And everything that comes out of their body, it transmits something. And authenticity is a punctual thing, right? We don't want to put authenticity on this pedestal, but it's really moment after moment. What is true for you? What vibrates for real? What is raw? What is bold? What is sincere? What is honest? And own up to it. So in that transition, that became super important for me to live even more aligned with this. And I was also the tagline for this summit is how to awaken the wisdom of your body, create space for the truth in your heart, and also live in alignment with your deepest desires. And it was that transition point that was like, own up to this. This was happening inside my own life, and it was something that was calling me to offer to others too at the next level. So this is how that's the intention behind the summit, helping women, because it's a woman container, but it's also valid for men, right? To first tap inside their bodies, be true to themselves. What's happening inside? What's the true voice? To not cut the reality of our lives with dreams or even spirituality sometimes that can cut. No, really dive inside your body and be real. Really be true. What's happening? What's that voice? Have a dialogue and be intimate with your body. Then gaining clarity on what's the truth in your heart. What's that calling that you probably have felt since you're very, very young. Very, very young, those answers were in your heart. But maybe the systems and the structures that you were put in were not aligned. They were not supporting that vision of your heart and that calling in your heart. So now it's time to reclaim it, right? So that's kind of this this, and living in alignment with your deepest desires. The intention behind this for me at that moment was owning up to our fierceness, owning up to desires, because this is where life force is. This is where juice is. This is what I meant when I put this in, deepest desires. And living in alignment with your highest calling, which is part of the tagline right now, is alignment. You know, it's not, how can I put it? It's aligning roots with aligning highest calling. So all of this is alignment. Owning up to your deepest desires, owning up to the calling in your heart, owning up to your reality, and also to your spiritual life. That's what alignment is for me, and that's the context that we bring people in through this summit and through all the speakers that are speaking.
Yay! And
Yay.
we've already seen that. It's like always interesting, and you've done two others. This is your third one. How did those like two other summits change you in the way of authenticity, embodiment? For sure, you like your journey has progressed over the years. Like, how do you see the difference between then and now?
In me, or working with the summits, or everything?
The whole, because everything is part
Okay.
of the whole.
Yes, let me feel what wants to come out. The first word that came when you started asking the question is the collaboration. The format of collaboration was really inspiring for me, because in the old, somehow in the old structures that I had to leave, for me, collaboration was not working. Like, the format for me was not working, and it was super inspiring for me to start using this model of contacting speakers, influencers who had walked the path, who are more advanced than me also sometimes, and most of the time, you know, and to be inspired, to offer this platform of inspiration, and to collaborate, meaning to bring sisterhood together, to really bring this feminine aspect of weaving, you know, this feminine capacity to network, seeing one's beauty, seeing one's, being able to see the other and look at their beauty and their gifts, offering a platform where women have voice, where they can actually share. One thing that I love offering is creating space. So creating space for a speaker to share what's deep in her heart, to share what's deep in her womb, to share her story. That was super important for me in the format, because it was aligning with my calling. It was aligning with something that I had to own up as a design inside of me to offer those spaces. So it was a space for the speakers to offer their medicine, their gifts, and the format of weaving all of us together in circle to start sharing our medicine, which creates this ripple effect on the planet. And it also addresses this wound of self-sufficiency that one of the speakers is going to be speaking about. Jules, she's on tomorrow. It helps us heal this. So over the three, that's the third edition. I'm personally evolving through interviewing, through connecting with speakers. I evolve in my way in the way this summit is presented, and it helps us all rise together. It helps us all rise together. And it's really beautiful to be in this collaboration and to feel this wave. It's like it's such a huge momentum of co-creation, of collaboration, of stepping up into our next level, also to be sharing our messages. So all of this, I see it as an amazing transformation journey for all of us, listeners, hosts, speakers. We're all this one unit that's kind of moving together in this summit, in those summits.
It's really interesting for me, the collaboration part. I think that women kind of know naturally how to collaborate, but somehow somewhere we kind of lost that ability. And I've seen over the years that when true collaboration happens, and I think it's the case in this summit, it really brings something else to the next level. You know, that weaving that you were talking about, I really feel it in my heart, in my womb, that something bigger can come out of it if we just tap into that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what this format brings also is that we are not alone. It's, I kind of addressed it in a different wording, but we are not alone.
Mm,
Even like, and I, people who are in spirituality, yes, we're not alone. We have access to this oneness, this field of energy. But even like in reality, we are not alone. We can transcend those wounds, and we can weave together. And again, we are not alone. And that's
mm,
often we write, you know, we are all in this together, or we are all in the same boat. I love using those sentences because it taps into the highest intention of what's being created here on this platform, on this Facebook group. That's the highest intention, and we are all journeying in this intention, right?
mm. Yeah, we are. And like, this is, as we said, the third edition. What do you feel this platform and this space can, how does it contribute to the tribe, to the, like we've talked about it a bit, but like, how do you see it, um like part of maybe a milestone as the next step, or like in the bigger whole, like how
Mm.
do you see it coming?
It's really linked to what we just shared: the collaboration, the
Mm,
collective, the co-creation, the togetherness. It has always been the intention of this group. But like I said, we're all journeying, and we're all in on that healing journey of reclaiming that feminine power of collaboration. So what I see the tribe being impacted, and all of us, is those same words: weaving, showing up, being visible, you know, this collaboration, collective effect, where I see that the whole structure of awakening the authentic woman you are, whatever's being created through us, is leveling up also to really implicate more people. The vision is really to have more collaboration, have more people, more women who are stepping up into their leadership. That's what's happening. That's the vision: stepping into their gifts and and being together in this journey. So it's we are breaking up with the old model, which was more solo, which was required, and entering into a lot more of the we model,
mm,
WE model,
yeah.
and this is starting to happen.
And for you, like personally, how did, like, doing that over the years, it brought you forward in your journey? As like, do you have like some events or speakers that you talked to that you really said, okay, this I know this moment will bring me further as me entrepreneur, a teacher, or like, do you
Of
have some?
course. Yeah, of course. I mean, all speakers, all humans, you know, everybody's a teacher. Everybody who enters my sphere of energy, I consider as a gift of God, you know. It's like we attract what we need. We attract the medicine that we need, and whatever format the medicine is delivered to us. And sometimes it triggers light, sometimes it triggers shadow, sometimes it triggers a reaction. It's but the compass is the inner world. My compass is my inner world, and everything is an opportunity of growth. And the speakers brought beautiful wisdom. Every speaker that's on brings their gifts, their paths, their stories, um, their containers, and what they bring in, right? So I evolve through all of this. It's
Mm,
they, you know, it's like I evolve in accountability. I evolve in being visible. I evolve as a woman in the feminine power that wants to rise inside of me. I evolve as a, you know, even owning up to being tagged as, you know, having influence and inspirational and leader, and taking everything to the next level, which is happening, and it is challenging. But like we said in one of the previous ones, it is an opportunity of growth. And we are presented with those choice points. Are we leveling up? Are we going for it, following this life force current? Or are we choosing to stay in the statu quo? And this is where people can feel judgment sometimes, but there's absolutely no judgment. It's really honoring life force. It's honoring nature, because nature always wants us to be closer to her. And nature is, it's life force. It wants us to appear and to have those ripple effects on our planet. That's where it's guiding us, owning up to who we are authentically, who we are, closer to our gifts. And this is what all of this is doing to me too. I am serving the current of this thing that we see, but I'm serving it. I have to bow in front of it. I have to surrender to it. I have my fights with it, right? So, you know, but the truth is, when I don't follow through, when I don't surrender to it, then I have to pay with life force and my own energy. And I go back to old compensation ways that are not of service to anybody, not of service to this vessel, not of service to the purpose that wants to go through me, and not of service to people. So it's this learning curve between, you know, indulgence and like, I'm going for it. I being whatever I is, but this thing is here to serve, and we are going for it, and we are designed for it. And there's more and more trust that starts being in our being, more and more love, more and more gratitude, more and more truth. And this takes us, it tastes very good. It tastes good because we have more to offer to people after. And the step that I am in now is really stepping up into more leadership, more visibility, more influencing, and more inspiration. So, and those are the opportunities and challenges that are appearing in my life as a speaker. And did I want this before? Never ever would I have thought that this would happen to me. I was the one who was super shy in a classroom, always sitting in the back, closing like this when teachers were pinpointing me to speak up and to go in the front of the classroom. Like, trust me, I didn't want to speak up, but life put me in a challenge to speak up. And that's how life functions. It really brings us challenges, but our gifts are just behind the biggest challenges that we have in life. So by learning those lessons, when challenges come, we're like, okay, what's the gift? You know, where am I hiding from my own self? And what's the potential that I'm here to reclaim, to offer to others after? Because everything that we integrate in our own bodies, this is what we teach. This is what people get. This is what people receive.
Yeah. And I really like that. I really like the not hiding from ourselves, because for me, authenticity is also facing, like a bit like you said before, all those maybe darker part of ourselves that we don't really like. We're like, oh, this, no, I'm not going there because I don't like it. But if you have the courage, because I really do think it does take some part of courage to just go look, just do that first step of looking, and then we can rise further. And I like, for me, what I'm receiving from the summit is also that, because we have different people from different backgrounds, it kind of helps us look at a different part of ourselves, maybe that on our own we kind of shy from it. But it's really nice to have all those people gathered around that same purpose of authenticity and embodying what's really there. So thank you for bringing those people around the same purpose, and just offering the space. So
You're
it's really,
welcome. It's yes, it's through us, as we say, right? It's babies being carried through us for bigger purpose. We are carriers of life. We are bearers of life, and we, you know, that the womb work that we do is for us to rebirth into those next layers of authenticity and to birth those gifts into the world. Whether it's through a baby, whether it's through a project, whether it's harmonizing relationships, but it carries light codes, and it's super important, and it takes courage. This word that you named, it does take courage. And if you're on this series, you have already courage, like it's courage taking you. Courage in French, it's cœur, rage. It's like a combination of heart and rage together. It's that fierceness of the heart. It's that fierceness of the calling. It's the design that's speaking through and wants to be actualized. And it's all about this. And now we're bringing more fierceness into the conversation right now. It's like the roaring that I feel in my guts right now that wants to come out. And yeah, we bring both sweetness and fierceness, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Yeah.
It's always a balance anyways. Yeah, life is always about that. You need to be fierce in your love also. Like fierceness for me is not just like blah, blah, blah. It's fierceness of love and just following what wants to come. So
Yeah, and if it was not a love game, why would we do it? It's all about love.
yeah.
It's all about love. It's all about freedom. It's freedom with a big F, right? But ultimately, it's all about love.
Yeah, for sure. We could talk for hours because we've known each other for a while, and we always have amazing conversations. We have to close that for today, but we'll see each other in a few weeks. And I invite people to comment, to ask questions. We're always there to answer them, and we're super pleased that people are interacting in the group also. And I'll leave the final words to you.
I feel you close beautifully, and nothing actually wants to come through right now, but just taking that moment of silence altogether, so we can just maybe have a few seconds of silence and connection and weaving in the invisible, all of us together, and feeling that we're not alone in all of this. That if it's a calling for you, that there are people around. Yeah, we're all here. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for showing up. So much love to all of you, and so much love to you. Thank you so much, Kevin, for showing up with us in all of this.
Thank you, Jen. See you soon.
See you, everybody. Bye.